Ladies and gentlemen, it is September 17th, 10:30-ish, 61-ish, out in the Groove Machine Dome. Just got back from having some breakfast. A badass omelet. Eggs, cheese, peppers, onions, chicken fried steak in the omelet, gravy. Yes. Any doubts in your mind? I am American. Went to ye olde hardware store, made a couple of purchases. Got a not exactly for this job, but we're going to start on the floor today. I wanted a scraper. I know I've got that little hand one. I wanted something with a little less sharpness and a little more mass. That is bowed. Ready to go. One of my buddies who works at the hardware store used to do flooring. And he strongly suggested getting a heat gun, and I've needed a good one anyway, so again, not promoting any of these products, not a sponsor, 21 and up, whatever. This Wagner one, same rating as the Ace Hardware one, it was like $5 cheaper, so I'll get the better one. I mean, Ace Hardware stuff is generally pretty decent, but Wagner's, kind of known for this. Always running out of tape measures. This is my favorite tape measure ever. I've got 2 or 3 of these at work. One in my work cart, one in my work truck, and then one in my little work box thing in the shop. Great screwdriver. And it's not magnetic. It's magnetic, so if you're measuring off something metal, it'll stick to it. None of this is terribly magnetic, but hi, Felix. No, it's fine. You just make yourself at home. And got some knee pads because I'm going to want those. And here are our couplers for our electrical project. That's a 3/4 coupler. These are 1-inch couplers. So before we do anything in here, like clean up this whole mess, we're going to get these on so I can get my elbows on. We can use that heat gun to bend the pipe, which is handy. I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to pull out some Ethernet cable and see how well it'll fit in that gray conduit. And if it's going to fit okay, I will put it in the hole, but I'm not going to cover the hole up until I get the cable running through there. So, step 1, let's get our PVC stuff. Because what we need to do is I need to couple that end so it can go to that elbow. That's what these are for. I'm out here later in the day than I wanted to be. But, man, your old pal Jason, he's usually like bed at 10:30, up at 6. And it was bed at 10:30, up at 8 today. It was rough. There's one of my tape measures. Should be up there. I don't know where the other one is. It's probably in the house. I'm going to need those. And we're going to need this. Okay. Need to get all these sprinklers put away. And my pumps. Throw that pipe away. Gotta water. Can't water the lawn because I don't want to get this all wet. Felix. Oh my God. Did you see? That dirt was totally moving in on you. Good job. He's getting a little better about, I would like to sleep inside your face. Please make room for me inside your face. He's getting a little better about that. Okay, that's our 3/4. I must have left the 1 inch in the shed. I didn't see it. Of course, I wasn't looking for it, so someone in the video saw it and was like, "You fool. You fool." Well, missed a piece. I'm still tired. This is a terrible vacation. 2 more days. I'm hoping to get the floor done today. Yeah, it is right there. Oh, we're going to need the cutter. Oh, thank God. Sometimes I don't always put on pants and or shorts. Full stop. No, pants and or shorts that have the little 5th side pocket there. It's real handy sometimes. People dump on, cargo shorts, dad shorts, whatever, but man, if you do any kind of stuff like this, an extra pocket's nice. Alright, so I'm not going to dry fit any of this because it's a pain in the ass to do. Dry fit it, take it apart, all that. So I will show you how this is going to go, and then I'm going to stop the camera because you need 2 hands for this. If I had like a GoPro or some glasses, I thought about getting some. Maybe I'll revisit that. Anyway, then I could do it, have 2 hands and all that, but what's going on over there, you two? Okay, so elbow has got to go in there, but this is the same diameter as that. So coupler to coupler, this comes up, that's a 3/4. That schedule 80, the stuff that's got to be above ground, is 3/4 and will fit in there. And it's going to come up into one of these knockouts down here. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to leave it a little long because there's a lock thing kind of like this that has to go on it, so I'm just going to leave it, roughly that high. But glue all this together. We've got to go around the wire, which is not great, but it's not terrible. Since this is not under pressure, doesn't 100% have to be watertight, blah, 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 blah. We do a full circle inside this. We do the outside of that because we're not doing inside the pipe. Put them together, give it at least a 1/4 turn, and it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. So we'll do that on this end, do that on that end. I'll put my 2 sticks of 3/4, just, sticking up, and then we'll be good. So, see you in a minute when that's all done. Okay, so I'm going to take a second. We're going to talk about this. I still need to dig some of that out. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. When you are going to measure, nice new tape measure, right? For a coupler like this, on this one it's pretty easy. You go all the way down to the lip, right? Boom, you make your measurement from there. These that have the bell end on them, if you're going to couple off of the bell end, measure from the outside of the bell. Don't measure from here, you're going to be short because that pipe's going to sit all the way in there. So it's depending on the size of the pipe. On 1 inch, I think it's 2.5 inches, that bell. Yeah, pretty close. So add 2.5. On smaller pipe, like this 3/4, guess it's also 2.5. I thought it was smaller on other pipes. I don't do this much. Okay, so This is going to go down about 4 more inches when I dig all the loose stuff out. And we want it to go from the bottom of this to, like I said, about there. So if I measure this from there to the middle of the box, we're at 64 inches. Pretty close, right? So I'm going to add 4. So that's 68. So we're going to cut this 68 inches. Now, we got to go in that coupler, which means the bell end is the end we want to discard. So, turn it so the printing's up. Measure out our 68 inches. 68 inches is right above that G and that R. Right in between them. Get your fancy smancy PVC cutter. And we're going to cut it long. Just a little long. Now this is really a two-hand job because you should turn the pipe while you cut. So I'm going to do that. Real quick, clean cut. No deburring necessary. This is call it the bad end because it's the end we cut. So it's the end that's going to go inside that coupler. The good end, the factory end, so it's going to go inside the box. So fish the pipe through it, glue it together. Try not to get any of the glue on the cable because that'd be bad. Just get your glue and your primer on the outside of this. Feed it in that, and you're done. We're going to do the exact same thing down there. I'm going to need another elbow, though, and they didn't have any. Somebody came and bought like the last 3 that were there yesterday. So we need an elbow to go around the curve, and then one up, and then one over. So that'll be a finished project for another day. But I can put that one on. Well, no, I'm not going to put that one on because I want it to be 1 inch throughout. And something else. Mathematically, you can fit this 8.3 in a 3/4 inch pipe. It is very tight. Supposedly you can get 6 individual 8-gauge conductors in this pipe. If I ever do this again, I'm getting 1 inch because it was so much easier fishing it through than it's going to be fishing it through this. There, I'll show you. Sorry, pardon my fingers. So, I mean, there's room. It's just tight, man. It's just tight. You don't have a lot of leeway, and this cable is very rigid. Sorry. Yeah, so that's a two-hand job. There you go. Like I said, I need to dig that down about another 4 inches, which will put this about there-ish. So when we need to, we can cut this without cutting the wire inside. That's not too tough to do. Just use those same cutters and just go around real slow, real light pressure. You go through this, just pull it off. And now we've got all this extra here to go the foot that it needs to go inside this breaker box. So we can end up really cutting this off like right there. And then we're good. Not a problem. So we'll do the same thing over there when I get some more elbows. But I'm feeling better now that much is done, at least. So store all this stuff, go clean up in that apartment a little bit. Oh, we're gonna grab some Ethernet cable first. See what I can do with that. And clean up in here while I'm doing not a whole lot for a minute. I have a new thing I found at the thrift store the other day that's gonna simplify my storage release. And let's look. These are like, you know, Country Time lemonade. These canisters are for the store brand version of that. Number one, I think the store brand version is better. Number two, these are so good for little part storage because they're kind of transparent. You label them real easy. They got this big, huge throat so you can get stuff in and out real easy. And then the lid makes a perfect just parts tray. Love these things. How hard is that? Anyway, there's your Hank Hill moment from me for the video. I have to get some more screws. All right. What were we doing? Ethernet cable. We're back. Is this what you do when you're unsupervised, Felix? Felix? Why are you in my tree? Don't you break my tree. I like this tree. I planted this tree like 4 or 5 years ago. Rah! Oh, let go, you baby. You're fine. There. Why don't you run away from home? Found my other tape measure. By the way, thanks for asking. No, I didn't get the rest of this stuff. That's my bad. No wonder I lose tape measures. I leave them laying out in the yard. This is what I use to cut my PVC here at home. Simple little, we'll cut up to 1 inch. We'll probably cut 1.25 inches, but not well. It was like $15. Okie doke. And me, dummy that I am, locked the shed. That's fine. That's just fine. I hope you guys like the little walks we take. Put you there, because I'm going to grab you. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Probably won't ever need that. But I'll keep it for a little bit. Neighbor's over there trimming trees. Good for him. Keeps pretty good care of those trees. Let's see. Put this in here. Let's take a look at this conduit, our non-metallic stuff. This is what we were going to use. Had I got inch, it would have been fine. It's just rubber. It's just like a semi-rigid rubber. Not much to it. Cuts real easy with these guys. Can cut it with a utility knife pretty easy too. So nothing really special or fancy about it. Kind of bummed that we couldn't get it to work. Not just because the money, but I really wanted it to work. Because had that worked, I wouldn't have to do all that crap with the elbows down there. But it did not want to work. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Need a bigger shed. I have heard this blue bottle, that's ABS. ABS is different than PVC. This is PVC. That's PVC. Polyvinyl chloride. Oh, hold on. There we go. I think I've got some ABS here. This is ABS. It's a different kind of plastic. In America, I don't believe you are allowed to use ABS for anything other than drainage and ventilation. But I think in other places, like I think Canada lets you use it for pretty much everything. ABS is a little less expensive, I think. Not sure. Hi, Oscar. Yeah. Anyway. Don't know for sure. Now, in my pocket, I have the gateway to the internet. Everybody's got some of this stuff somewhere, I'm sure. And what we want to check. Okay. How well can I do this? Man, it's not tight, but I mean, yeah, if I've got to go around corners, I don't think that's going to do the job for me. So when I get the new cable, we'll cut this end off. We'll leave one on. We'll run it all the way through. We'll put the new end on. And it'll come in the wall over here somewhere. Our heater will be there. Maybe I'll hang a modem like right there next to it. I don't know. I don't know for sure how we're going to lay the thing out yet. Might be music stuff here, computer stuff there, might be flipped. I like the music stuff over here, but I don't know that I want to walk through it. Because drum set will take up like this. If I, angle it diagonally. So, don't really know yet. Anyway, we're going to get all this conduit out of here and start tearing up some floor. How about we start there? Should be fairly easy to get to. We'll try and get it all done today. Okay, got the conduit all out of here. Got some power because I'm going to want to charge a battery or two. I'm going to want the fan. This is kind of full. Yeah, kind of. So now we just got to get all the crap out of the room. If I was a brave man, I would just get my saw and I would cut a line right here at the door. But not a brave man. And as for what's under there, I know it's wood, but I don't want to end up cutting through too much of it. So we're not going to do that. We're still going to start over in that corner. But my plan is we're going to get under this and just see how much of it we can just pull up. Because it's just vinyl. It's just rubber and plastic. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't like that it's on this OSB. Plywood would have been better. But it's a subfloor. Not a lot of people do that to the standards I would like. And if we're going to raise it to match the height difference over there in the bathroom floor, right over there, we'll just put some plywood down on top of it, and that will be fine. The next thing we need to do is we need to measure wall this way. We know this one's like 11 feet because we had that 10-foot stick. and it not quite made it. So then we need to start thinking about framing this. So if we want 16 on center, we gotta go 10 feet. We want 2 extra for the corners. Oh, is it 12? Yeah. 12 this way, 12 that way. It's 24. We don't know quite what we're dealing with this way yet. But that looks roughly almost square-ish with this wall. Plus 2 inches over there, plus about 2 inches over here, so yeah. It's 11. Short walls are 11, long walls are probably 24. It's a lot of math for me to do without having a nap first. So, so 100? 100's probably plenty to do all the walls. Plus we need a plate at the bottom and one at the top. I don't know what an 8-foot 2x4 is anymore. Will an 8-foot 2x4 work? How tall is our ceiling going to be? We'll measure from there. Oh yeah, 8 will be more than fine. We might even have to cut them down a little short, because we're going to come down to here, plus 1.5 inches, plus up 1.5 inches, so -3. So whatever that distance is, go from there. Oh, sorry. 7 minus 1.5 inches, so 7.5. Yeah. We'll be fine there. Oops, I think I bumped a thing. And then all the way around. Yeah, probably. I don't need 8-footers for this, but may as well get them. It's not going to be worth getting like a 12 and a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 12s. I need a pencil. Did I not bring a pencil out here? What a dummy. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. You try and plan 1 or 2 steps ahead. Ideally, you work from the end product towards where you're at. The end product here is to have this room completely skeletal, and then work on it from there. So after that, the next thing we got to do is floor and walls. Know what we're doing with the floor. We're going to level out that spot. We're going to raise the whole thing. Not a big deal. Walls need framed. Not a big deal. We're going to I was thinking I might have to buy a ram set, but I might not have to for this job. That'd be nice. I'd like to own one, but I don't see any reason I would need one if I don't have to use them for this floor. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to get this all cleaned up, and then we will be back and see how well this floor goes. Okay, let's see if I can get this in here. I don't have the other camera, so we're back to phone for a minute. Alright, so I thought we'd start over there, but now I think we'll start here because we already got a pretty good start. So, got most of the nails off the floor. Didn't get them all though. That's what the knee pads are for. Plus the mold and portable. Probably turn the fan off. So, first tool we're going to use is our handy 5-in-1 here. Just try and get under it and lift. Just like that. If we tear it, we tear it. What I'm hoping is this. That I can just grab and pull. And take it up in kind of big chunks all at once. Still don't think we have room to get this in there though. Nope. Not yet. There's a seam. Obviously you can see it right there. What I want to do is get under here and work it loose. I don't think it's gonna go quite that easy. This is where all the heavy stuff was sitting. Since it's down here on the ground, a whole lot of leverage. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad over there. Hey, take a look. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, you hit the button and then it stops, and it's dumb because that's right where you need your hand to be. Yeah. That's all pretty rotted out. I said I thought there was a hole there. I'd say there's a hole there. Depending on how bad that corner is, we might be able to just brace it, put some 2x4 down, or something, and just build right off the top of it. I knew it was going to be bad. I wasn't thinking it was going to be that bad. What doing, Porch Cat? See you later. You've got such a bizarre profile, Porch Cat. Like you're all chin. Anyway. As long as I can keep doing this, I'm just going to keep doing that. Our seam is right there. We might not even have a second seam. This might all come out in one piece. Oh God. That would be wonderful. I can't tell you how happy that would make me. All right, I'm going to put, that's what I was using, saxophone stand, because I didn't have a short enough mic stand handy. Yeah, cool. I like this. I feel better about it now than I did when we started over here, because I think when I started over here, wherever I was, I think I got under that OSB. Okay, I feel better about this now than I did half an hour ago. That's how it goes, man. Sometimes you start working on stuff. Sometimes you find bad news, like a hole in the floor. Sometimes you find good news. Oh, this might all just come up in one go. That'd be nice. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. It's now almost 12 and it's 66.5.6. Oh God. Don't let the devil know. Okay, back to it. Update time. A whopping 15 minutes later. 2 degrees warmer. It's coming up fairly easy. I did decide to make it a little less grunt work on my part. So I'm cutting it into roughly 3-foot strips. This stuff cuts so easy. It's really, I mean, it's that thick. And most of that's foam. Like the core of it. It's just like a semi-rigid foam kind of thing. And I'll show you a trick for pulling this. See, there's the first piece I pulled up because it wouldn't do what I wanted it to. That one is rolled up. And that one is rolled up because you cut your strip, and you cut your thing, your lengthwise. Get this corner started. Get this corner started. And then you can roll the middle as you go. Kind of like you're rolling up a real big sleeping bag. It's not too bad. This is still pretty sticky. And as I'm looking at this, you can see we got a seam there and there. So I might just pull that whole piece up and put a new piece down. We'll laminate it. So I'll get a piece of plywood as thick as this. We'll put that down, and then whatever we need to bring the rest up, we'll just put right on top of that. Tape measure. What we need to be concerned about that is just 4 feet, so we'll have to put something brace-wise in there. I think if it's under 4 feet, you don't have to. Or 4 by 2, if it was like 4 long but only 2 wide. I don't remember exactly. 4 feet sticks in my mind that you have to do that or not. So, and I've been thinking about this. I haven't mentioned it yet, but we've had so much rain and it's been so humid lately, and I haven't noticed anything coming up anywhere. So I don't think we're going to worry about going nuts and sealing it. Even down there where it's the exposed brick, it's been fine. I'll scrape all that off, of course. And maybe we'll just kills like the bottom 2 feet all the way around. And I'm sure part of our problem's over there. So we'll see what I need to do to mitigate that. If this had been cement, a company called Mapai makes a sealer that you paint on, like you get a roller. And I was thinking I was going to have to do that because I thought this was cement, and this was just right on top of that. Because it doesn't sound hollow, but that's because it's only like that deep. So that might be where we go. Let's cut that, laminate over the top of this. Excuse me. My God. Excuse me. Sudden tickle out of nowhere. We'll need to patch that hole. So I'll get some mortar mix for that. We got a little one over here. We'll patch that. And I think instead of the tub, I'll just buy some. Because I've got a spot over there that I'd like to do. A spot down there I'd like to do. It's my beverage for the day. Excuse me. Still need to do something with that water line. That can wait. But yeah, once this is done, I wanted to move everything over here. But where this is so sticky, I might wait till tomorrow. It won't dry out much, because that's not how this works. But if I can get it to be a little less tacky, I won't feel so bad about bringing all my stuff over. So that's the plan. We'll just go across here, cut it in half, roll each half up, then we'll do that side. And then that's all I really wanted to get done today. That'd be nice. I could use a nap. Naps are great, vastly underrated. I think isn't it there's like a national siesta in Spain? Did I read that right somewhere? I think it's a brilliant idea and everybody should get on with it. Not that the Spaniards are exactly a calm and collected group of people, but you know, it wouldn't hurt. That must be stapled still. And I gotta get those out of that wall. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you something too. If you've never got knee pads, they're not very comfortable. These are not particularly comfortable. They're about 20 bucks. But what I will tell you is I'd rather deal with this than getting up and down on my knees on this floor. Like, I'm not like old. I'm 39. Gonna be 40 here not too long from now. And screw sticking out of the wall. My knees have been bad for 20 years. And anything I can do to salvage a little bit of them until I gotta get them fixed, I am on board with that. Anyway, back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mind telling you, these last two pieces are kicking my butt. They're right in the high traffic areas, and they're really stuck. I was hoping saving that one to the end would make it a little more pliable, but it ain't doing much. That's number one. Number two, really glad I bought these. Really glad I took them off. They were getting really bad. Right on the back of my knee there. Really uncomfortable. Number three, this thing has been good, but I'm going to be honest with you. My little 5-in-1 right there is champion. Absolute champion. I almost thought about taking this guy and putting a chisel edge on that with my grinder, because I think that's where the magic happens. That's where the money is. It's that chisel shape. That's just a little too flat. And wherever I put it, the other thing. Great, I lost it. There's a scraper right there. I got a longer one. That one's okay, but like I think I mentioned, what I needed more than sharpness, you know, more than that was heft, mass. Just bought the thing. How did I lose it so quick? Maybe it's in the shed. It's so sticky. It's so sticky. That is it's not over there. That's the heat gun. Heat gun I really needed right in front of where the oven was, because it's another kind of high traffic area. Haven't used it since for this project. Jesus Christ, man. Can I leave it out here? I don't see it. It must be in the shed. Wonder why I did that. Anyway. All of this came up real nice and easy, comparatively. This has been the worst part, just right here. Not up there. There's not that many places it could be. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna finish this. It's 1 o'clock and 73 degrees in here. Probably closer to 90 down there with the sun shining. My Peter Gabriel playlist ran out, so I thought now's a good time to do an update. Plus I wanted to sit down for a minute. It's a lot of arms and back in this because it's lifting and pulling. Arms are fine. My hands, not so much. Arthritis is a bitch. And my back's like, all right, buddy. Take 5. So I think we're okay now. Put some more music on. We'll grab this guy, give it a go. The problem with this is why I think mass matters more than sharpness. And I could probably turn the blade over. You poke holes in it, and then it rips. Whereas if it's not quite so sharp, you just get under it and pry it like a spatula. That's what you need. You don't want to cut it. Oh, speaking of cutting it, knife cuts this really great. That little guy cuts this pretty damn good too. A couple of moments from like over there, and the knife's over there, put my 5-in-1s over there. It cuts just fine with the 5-in-1, so I can't tell you enough. If you want to do this stuff, get you one of those. Get you one of these little pry bars. You will, you'll be glad you have them both. You don't already. Okay, back to it. All right, 1:15, almost on the dot. 75 degrees in here now. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can. There's a lot of extra glue right there. Obviously, it's a high traffic area. It's not a very wide strip. So they double glued it, triple glued it, extra glued it. And now my poor 5-in-1 is all sticky. Ugh. So I don't know if there is a way to like neutralize this. I'm not sure. Never had to deal with it before. I'm thinking about it because obviously we need to move everything from that room into this room. I don't want it all sticking to the floor. Now that I know that this is only really like, oh, that's not even a full piece. Maybe an 1/8. Maybe. 3/16 thick, maybe. 3/16 is pretty much nothing. 1/8 is pretty much nothing. I mean, I'd rather not have to just kind of, excuse me, glue on my finger. I'd rather not just eat that when we're, working with the bathroom floor there. So I almost am thinking about getting the new floor down here first, which means getting a piece to cut that, and over there where the sink was, and over there, replace that chunk that we measured. Replace those, so get the whole floor the same height, and then we put our other piece down. And I don't know how thick the OSB is. I doubt it's 1/2 inch. There's a piece that kept sticking to my shoe. Where'd it go? It wasn't quite a full piece. I don't know. We'll see. I might have a little piece of scrap lumber. I can just tuck in that little notch there and see how level that is. Then I'll know how thick my flooring needs to be. Then we'll get whatever that thickness is and probably just double it. So we'll get 1 sheet, might be enough to do all of that. We'll get 1 sheet, and then that's a sheet, 2, 3 sheets. Need a 4th one for over there. So we'll probably get 6. Get as many as you need, round up, because it's not quite 5. As many as you need, round up, add 1. So 4, 5, plus 1. To 4, rounded up to 5, plus 1. 6 sheets. And depending on how thick that's going to be, it could be expensive. Could be. But I'd rather do that than, especially coming in and out of that door. I had to put my knee pads back on because it was... almost. There we go. Yeah. I don't want to be dealing with that. And I don't want to be putting, heavy equipment on top of that. So... oh, I've got one little tiny strip along that wall over there to pull. There was a seam right in the middle, but it's a seam, so they like triple glued it, so that was fun. I'm almost thinking of running the electrical first. I don't want to move all the stuff over here and then knock all this down on top of it. So I'll either, I don't know, need to cut the gable up there. Need to get the rest of that insulation down on this side. That wouldn't be too bad. So all that stuff in the corners, that can stay. We got 11 feet this way. And what did we say? Well, that's 8. And that's probably 4, so 12. Yeah, we measured that too, didn't we? 8 by 12. How much insulation do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces, 11 feet long, and I think they come in 8 feet pieces. Might be able to get a 12 foot. If I can get a 12 foot, I'll do that. I don't know what that board right there is doing. It can stay, really. That's not going to hurt anything. If we're going to do that, we need to figure the lights out. We talked about doing a couple of pot lights. Maybe like in the third bay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 over the wall. So there should be another 8. So that's 8 and 8 is 16 and 1 is 17. So if we put lights in bay number 9 for the middle, and then go half the distance from the middle out, put them in this bay here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, put them there. Another 4, and then 5 off of there. And they're evenly spaced for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see. For now, I'm going to pack everything in. Heat gun worked really good. I did use it over there a little bit, right in the middle where that glue was so thick. Doesn't have a lot of wind, that one. The blower's not super strong. It got hot enough for the job and for any particular job I'm ever going to use it for, so I'm all right with that. There was something I needed one for the other day, and now I don't remember what it was. So I think it was guitar related, probably. Anyway, I would really like a chicken salad sandwich. That sounds really nice right now. I think I have the stuff. I can just about make a chicken salad sandwich. You should get one too. I almost have enough stuff to make a Waldorf salad. Oh, that sounds even better. You ever had a Waldorf salad? Chicken, mayonnaise. In mine, you do apples, celery, raisins, and almonds. It sounds weird, but I tried it, and for like 2 weeks, that was all I wanted to eat. It was really freaking good. So I'm going to go do some research, see if there's something I can get to God, my poor hand. It hurts so much. neutralize this glue. If I can do that, then I won't worry too much about moving stuff back and forth. I don't think there is. Thanks, little butterfly. You don't need in here. I don't want you to be locked in here. Okay, that's it for me. My it was pulling the hair out of my knees. For you people similarly afflicted to your old pal Jason, I'm not, you're not likely to confuse me for Sasquatch, but these get stuck, man. That's not pleasant. Oh. You did well today, little craftsman. Sticking everywhere. Yeah, we may move that up the priority list. Wonderful. Wonderful. Anyway, God, I'm sticking on everything. I know how to solve this problem. There we go. Now I've got a barrier. Yeah, much better. Spoke too soon. Okay, anyway, I'm getting out of here. You guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next episode. I'll do some measuring and some... I still didn't grab a pencil. God, what an asshole. I'm going to go get a pencil. I'm going to do some measuring. I'm going to write it on the wall so I don't lose it. And I'll come back with you for one more video today, comparing options, and we'll talk about that. So, thank you all very much. See you in a bit. Sorry, we're not there yet. My man just taking that whole tree down. It's too bad. I like that tree. It's probably getting to be a little much. Should see if he wants to borrow my chainsaw. I'll go ask him. Okay, folks. Here we are. The old internet. Who'd have thought? And I did is there a way to neutralize vinyl flooring glue? And I got a couple, like, here's a yes. Went through some of these. This one looks great, right? Except it's how do you get it off the top of it? That's not what I care about. So we just went up here and I looked around. This one I went to first. That's this guy. I like that it's 3 stars here, 4 stars here. So I don't know if this is like an aggregate everywhere, this rating here. But over here, it is 5 stars. Anyway, odorless liquid floor adhesive remover, 1 gallon. Let's see. Stays wet and active for up to 24 hours, allowing stripping, can be allowed to work overnight. Remove most mastics, liquid nails, floor covering adhesives, and latex adhesives in 1 to 3 hours. 10 to 15 square feet per quart. So this is 1 gallon, so quadruple that, so 40 to 60. Well, our room is bigger, so I would need about 2 of those. Temperature's right though. Low odor, low VOC, great. Less harsh on skin, good, because you see how I am with safety. Soap and water, good. Clean strip is stuff I've used before. I know it's pretty good. 96% would recommend. 24 5-star. What's the 1 star say? Could not give it to me for free. It's dangerous to use in home with people living in it. Well, what? Verified buyer could not give it to me for free. Makes a horrible mess. Well, yeah, you gotta like get rid of the glue. I'm not just gonna dissolve it. So I also went over here to look at Lowe's. I like shopping Ace Hardware because they're right around the block from me. Lowe's is half hour away, and Lowe's is pretty good. Goof off, maybe. Clean strip, that's just a plain old adhesive remover. Take off, don't know much about that. $3M gum remover. A 6-pack of 8 ounces, 120 bucks. It's 3M's proud of their product. I don't know that. Where is it? Henry. I think Ace also had somebody had a Henry. Home Depot has Henry. I don't shop at Home Depot. And I think you guys know why. And look, I could look at Amazon like this. I don't particularly like shopping Amazon if I can avoid it. But if I can find something like really good at a really good price, like 18 bucks, but how much is it? How much is there? Yes, affirm, thank you. 128 ounces, so that's a gallon. Oh, see, that's just a floor cleaner. Not a glue remover. So gotta watch that stuff. Hard surface flooring cleaner. Excuse me. Coatings remover. Yeah, so let's see. Goof off. 128, so it's a gallon. Removes dried latex paint messes. So that's, well, there's adhesive and glue. Go away. Product features. Square feet. What do we got? Yeah, nothing. Nothing to tell me how many square feet it treats. Baseboards, metals, glass, brick, wood, concrete, grout, fiberglass, most automotive surfaces. Safety goggles, cloth rub, see results, stuck on faster. So I feel like this would probably work really well. However, this right here makes me believe I need to do it in smaller chunks, right? Clean strip adhesive remover removes adhesive, max sticks, and contact cement. That's what we're working with. Contact cement. Oh, non-methylene chloride. Let me tell you, of all the different chlorides you could get, non-methylene, my favorite. Removes adhesive, gel brushable formula, clings, low odor. Read entire label prior to storage. Excuse me. Again, you don't tell me square footage unless it's on the container here somewhere. That's a big help. Did you do this, Lowe's, or did you do this, Clean Strip? Well, from what I can see here, pull up linoleum tiles or paneling, wear chemical-resistant gloves, splash goggles, appropriate work shoes. Shake well if indoors, open all windows and doors, maintain cross ventilation of moving fresh air. Pour remover onto adhesive, spread with long-handled paint roller to obtain a thick layer, at least a 1/16 of an inch thick. Do not step on it as it may be slippery. Leave it, let it do the work. Do not allow it to dry. After 1 to 3 hours, scrape a small test area to see if the adhesive is softened. If so, use a long-handled sidewalk scraper. I bought one of those. Or floor hot. That might work. I would like to know how much it covers. Low odor, great for indoor use. Maintain ventilation or die. Let's see what you got. A dissolving powder. Okay. But it's also a liquid. Dissolving powder, liquid. And it's measured in fluid ounces. Not much of a dissolving powder then, is it? Non-toxic, 100% organic compound, environmentally safe, and it really works. Removes sticker, adhesive, tar, grease, tree sap, oil, grime, chewing gum, wax, and many other household spot cleaning issues. Has dissolving power. Keep out of reach of children, flammable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's take a look at Henry's here. Easy removal of carpet, sheet, flooring, and other floor coverings and adhesive residues. Dilutes with water, penetrates carpet and felt backings. Well, so do I. What are you so proud of? You don't have a picture of the back of the bottle. Okay. I'm thinking this. Way to go. Let's see if we can read the back of this. Oh, that's look, Lowe's. You could learn a thing or two. Pull up where chemical do shake well. This is the same thing. Leave the area, let it work. Do not let it dry. 1 to 3 hours. Boop, boop, boo. Before the scraped area is dry, use a mop with soapy water to get up any residue after scraping. This is the same stuff as this one. It's just a different color, and this one's more. And I'd either have to drive a half hour to get it or have it shipped. This one's around the corner, in stock. Boom, right there. But I said this morning when I went and dropped like another $100 at the hardware store, I was done for the day. So I'm done for the day. That's what I'm thinking. But this, I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Now the other thing. Let's look at plywood. Oriented strand board. I could never remember what the O in OSB stood for. Oriented strand board. 7/16, 4 feet by 8. That's not too bad. $21. But do you remember how many we said we needed? We needed 4.5. So we rounded up to 5 plus an extra. So we need 6. 6 times 21. A couple $100. Couple. Why is that in millimeters? Where the hell do you think you are? That's sanded plywood. Poplar. No, thank you. We don't need the fancy stuff. 5/32 pine? Maybe. I think we need 7/16. I didn't measure. Sue me. Just giving me OSB, huh? Southern yellow pine OSB. What's the difference? Was this northern yellow pine? It's less racist. Quality base layer for wall and roof sheathing application, span, exposure area, sheathing, dimensional stability. Yeah, but I need it for a floor, not not the other. 23/32. That is a bizarre dimension. That one doesn't have a. This one doesn't have a. I forgot you guys can't see the mouse pointer. This one doesn't have a dimension. It's so thin as to not even be there. 1/4 inch. I think a lot of this is finish, and I don't need finish. God, pressure treated is so expensive. Don't need pressure treated. See, this is what I was scared I was going to run into. Plywood got super expensive for a while. It still kind of is. It's come down a bit. Land sakes. Excuse me. Let's see. Maybe we go wood flooring 3/4. Yeah, and they're just going OSB. I mean, we could use OSB. OSB is fine, especially since we're doubling up. I prefer plywood, especially if it's going to be a little cheaper and there's already floor there that I'm going on top of. Plywood would work just fine. So let's see, we need 6. We're going to need another 6 for the other room. So again, we'll round that up, make it 7. 6 and 6 is 12, plus our extra is going to be 13 sheets. Well, only $400. I think this one will work right here. Twice I did. And then we're going to need some flooring screws because that's a special kind of screw. thick did we go? 7/16. Oh, we already looked at it. Why is this one half the price? Oh, because it's 2x4. So you double it, you get 4x8. Yeah, makes sense. It's easier to work with, but it's more seams. We don't want seams. Wrench 2x4. But particle board. Ugh. Terrible. If we can get away with 3/8. I don't need it to be perfect. You know what I mean? I just need it to be good. When you try it and achieve perfection, you can drive yourself crazy. Yeah, see, this is more what I was expecting. We started looking. And honestly, the fir one is going to be fine. Maple? Why would you use maple plywood? What are you doing that you need maple plywood? Maple's too nice a wood to be turned into plywood. Why'd you do that? Okay, so which other one did we look at? Oh, yeah, we're probably looking between $300 and $400. I mean, I can do it in halves. Halves is fine. This is if I get it at Lowe's. If I can find it local for less, I will get it for less. And usually I can. Usually my local lumber yards are usually a little better. I need to have them deliver it, which is not a big deal. Yeah, this is more this job. Sheathing than flooring. It will work. It will work fine. I need to get some of that. Strips. They call them furring strips. How come no one else calls them furring strips in the goddamn country? Tell people what I'm looking for and they'll look at you like you're crazy. This is the stuff I was talking about that we use for strapping. Furring strips. It's 1x4. It's 8 feet long. It's if you get like if you go in and you get something that's not going to be used for strapping, these are like double because it's finish wood. This is not finish. This is the rough stuff. Goes behind everything. So, basic India to do certified sustainable forests. Well, I appreciate that. 1x3 would be okay. Don't need 1x4. Oh, these are premium. The difference. 1x4x8 premium. 1x4x8 whitewood. 352 for the whitewood. 352 for the premium. Hold on a minute there. Let's see. Does it have a website that I can shop at? This is one of my local places. It doesn't look like it. Would be nice. Excuse me. They have OSB though. I'm excited. And flooring. Boy, oh boy. I like shopping here. There's a very nice people who work there. It's a little spendy, given some of the other options in the area, but I know people who work here. They're very nice. Anyway, so we know we're gonna get one of these, probably two. You gotta paint it on, so I'm gonna need I don't want to use my good roller, so we'll buy this. We'll buy a roller. We'll buy some throwaway pans, and I don't want to use my good cage, I should say. So we'll get a new cage to use for this, some rollers. We'll put it on. I think our space 1 should be enough. If we got to get it a 1/16 of an inch thick. I mean, that's like the width of pencil lead, you know. We should be all right. Anyway, so $65 for the floor cleaner. If I want to do that, or I can just spend $300 or $400 and go over top. Okay, good to know.